Thank you, Carl. Good morning, everyone. My name is Donna Hare, and I worked at Philco Ford Aerospace from 1967 to 1981. During that time, I was a design illustrator, draftsman. I did the launch slides and landing slides, and also projection plotting boards, lunar maps for NASA. We were a contractor, but most of the time I worked on site, in Building 8. I had the opportunity to do extra work during downtime, which was between missions, and I walked into a photo lab, which was the NASA lab across the hallway. I had a secret clearance, which is not that high, but I was able to go into restricted areas, which this was. At the time, I was talking to one of the techs in there, and he drew my attention to a photograph, a NASA photograph. It had a dot on it, and I said, "What is that?" Well, he drew my attention to it, and I said, "Is that a dot on the emulsion?" And he said, and he's smiling, and he has his hands crossed, and he said, "Round dots on the emulsion don't leave round shadows on the ground." And this was an aerial photograph of the Earth, I'm assuming the Earth, because it had pine trees on it, and the shadows of the craft, or whatever it was, were in the same angle as the trees. And by its very nature, UFO, and I wanted to clarify that to a gentleman that was talking to me, means unidentified. So I did not know what this was. But I realized at this point that it's very secret, that it was kept secret, because I asked him, "What are you going to do with this piece of information?" And he said, "We always airbrush these out before we sell them to the public." So they're pesky little creatures appearing on this photograph they wanted to get rid of. After that, I decided I would ask questions to other people that worked there. And I found that I had to ask them away from the site and not on site. A guard told me that he was asked to burn some photographs and not to look at them. And there was another guard guarding him, who was in green fatigues, watching him burn the photographs. And he said he was too tempted. He looked at one, and it was a picture of a UFO, and he was very descriptive. I can go into that later with anyone. He immediately was hit in the head, and he had a big gash in his forehead. He was knocked out, and he's terrified, so he would have to be protected. Another incident, I knew someone in quarantine with the Apollo astronauts. He told me that the Apollo astronauts saw craft on the moon when we landed, and that is what he told me. And he also was afraid. He said that the astronauts are told to keep this quiet. They're not allowed to talk about it. So I do want to let you know that I worked out there for a number of years, and I ran into this. So it's not something everyone knows that works out there for a long time. My boss didn't know about it. Some people that sat right next to me didn't know about it. It's very strange, because I don't know how they can do it, but they can let some people know about it and then others not. I'm willing to testify before Congress that what I'm saying is true, and thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, what do you think? What was you saying?
Wait, don't scroll. This affects every single person on Earth. So if you're seeing this, I'm guessing that includes you, right? Whether you know that the Earth is a globe, or whether you know that the Earth is flat, give me 3 minutes of your time and you can literally change the world for the better. And if you don't care what shape it is and you think it doesn't matter, then please hear me out, and I'll explain exactly why it does matter. Whatever evidence globers provide, flat earthers will never believe it. And whatever evidence flat earthers provide, globers will never believe it. Because we've all conditioned to be that way. It's deliberate, and I'll get to that in a minute. On the globe model, the Antarctic continent takes up a relatively small part of the globe, right at the bottom, and the coastline is at about 10,000 miles long. Okay. On the flat Earth model, obviously it's very different. The Antarctic ice wall goes all the way around the outside, encompassing every continent on Earth, and is approximately 78,000 miles long. That's quite a difference, right? So what if we could prove it for ourselves once and for all, without any one official being involved, without either side being able to call foul or that's cheating? So here's what I propose. We get half a dozen of the most famous and outspoken globers, half a dozen of the most famous and outspoken flat earthers, and we put 3 of each into 2 different aeroplanes. All right, we start them off at the same point, and those 2 aeroplanes fly off in opposite directions, following the coastline, which means they'll meet approximately halfway round on the other side. So on both models, supposing they set off from the closest point to Chile, and halfway round they're both going to meet up somewhere around Tasmania. All right, the difference will be the distance they've traveled and how far and how long it will take them to get there. So supposing, for argument's sake, that those both planes are traveling at 500 miles an hour, then on a globe Earth model, they'll both have to cover 5,000 miles, which is about 10 hours. And on a flat Earth model, they both have to travel 39,000 miles, which is about 78 hours before they meet up. Now that's a huge difference and a huge margin of error. Now this is complicated slightly by the fact that allegedly there is a 90-kilometer no-fly, no-sail exclusion zone around the Antarctic coastline. So both planes would have to travel 100 kilometers from the coastline, which means obviously if it's a globe, then they'll have to travel a further distance. If it's flat, they'll have to travel less distance. But supposing that if they meet up anything less than 20 hours, the Earth is definitely a globe, right? If they meet up anything after 60 hours, the Earth is very definitely flat. Now, if you give all 12 of those passengers a live feed camera, video camera, and also maybe there's one in the cockpit so they can see the distance traveled as well, all right, then there's no cheating, and one side or the other at the end of this journey, when those 2 planes meet up, is going to have to say what seems to be the 3 hardest words in this modern clown world: I was wrong. Now this won't cost a great deal of money, relatively speaking, but I would finance it in an instant if I had the money. I'm homeless and I can't even afford a pair of socks. So this is what I'm asking you to do. You don't need to like this, you don't need to follow me, but please repost it, save the video, and share it to absolutely everybody you know on every single social media post and platform you have, and then start petitioning, lobbying and bombarding the rich and famous, people who can afford to do this, to get it done. I'm thinking particularly the rich and famous who claim to be of the people and for the people. So maybe the likes of Donald Trump, maybe the likes of Mr. X, Jordan Peterson, David Icke, Joe Rogan, your favorite sports stars, your favorite movie stars, pop stars, celebrities, anyone who's got deep enough pockets to do this and an interest in actually finding out the truth. Because here's why it matters. The powers that be have got the capability to do this. They've had the capability for many, many years, and they won't do it. Why? Globers will say because they don't need to. We all know from NASA and all the rest of that stuff. And flat earthers will say because they know it's a lie. Okay, how do we find out the truth unless we get it done ourselves? Because the powers that be don't want everybody to know the truth. Okay, and now I'm not saying it's one reason or the other, but the point is it's an artificial fence that keeps everybody divided. Okay, in the same way as sex, age, religion, race, gender, party politics, vax, unvaxxed, it's all artificial fences to divide the masses, divide and rule, right? Because as long as everybody's arguing with each other, then nobody's looking at who's really responsible for this shit show that we call the modern world, right? So whether it turns out to be a globe or whether it turns out to be flat, the point is we will all know. It will be the one thing that will unify the masses, all the people on Earth. And here's why it really matters. Virtually everyone will be familiar with the Star Wars films. And at the end of the first film, the all-powerful, seemingly invulnerable, invincible Death Star is destroyed by one inherent weakness, right? And it transpires later in the series that that inherent weakness, that Achilles heel, was deliberately incorporated into the design by the creator. Are you with me? Now they say there's an easy way and a hard way of doing everything, all right? I stopped participating 3 years ago, and I've been out in the forests ever since, imagining, dreaming up and creating something truly amazing. But no one has ever asked me in those 3 years what it is I'm doing out here. Not even my birth family, my soul family, or my closest friends. Okay, so we'll have to do it the hard way. So if you can get this experiment done and provide proof once and for all, then you will destroy that metaphorical Death Star. You will not only break free from the Matrix, but you will break the Matrix, which will allow new Earth to come into existence with its infinite possibilities for the abundance and prosperity for all living creatures on Earth. I think that's worth doing. But I'm out of mobile data, I'm out of money, I'm out of time, and frankly, I'm out of patience. So this is Ecotopia, signing off. I love you all, and have a fabulous day.
Much love to that guy. He has an amazing school of thoughts.
Never underestimate the power of an animal and the power of love. Somehow they just know.
Please guys, just share love unconditionally, and regardless of the situations. Love is a beautiful thing, and it is really magnificent and amazing. It can make a lot of positive change in this world. You see these animals in the universe out there in the world, they just survive because of love and caring for one another like they do for them.
Captured on a security camera, this strange creature was attempting to enter the property. It appears to be standing like a human, but has a slim body with oddly jointed arms.
Oh my god, now is that a skinwalker or what is that?
There's this one lady who was having an affair with the mayor of this town, and she was on a news broadcasting show, and she got pregnant, and the wife found out about it. The lady went missing. She was scrubbed from the internet. The wife of the man who was the mayor, who this woman was having an affair with, the wife was the manager of the plastination plant that turns people into statues when they use them for the bodies exhibit. And then months later, a woman with an 8-month-old baby was on display. A woman with a 8-month-old baby on display in her womb. Her proportions exactly match this missing woman. They won't do a DNA test. They won't. Never done that. Damn, this woman was then afterwards. This woman who was the manager of the plastination plant, who was married to the mayor, was arrested for murder, charged, tried. She didn't go to the trial. She had a stand-in go to the trial. So there was a woman who, raised her right hand, did the whole thing, got tried and convicted, who wasn't her.
Whoa.
So I don't know how that works, but I would imagine you bribe the family.
Right. You'd be like, hey, you stand trial for me and we'll give you money.
You're going to be in a nice prison. It's no big deal.
Right.
For 10 years, and we'll give you, more money than you ever made in your life.
Oh, no, that is unimaginable. Guys, please share love, man. Oh, You see, all this chaos and this bad stuff could not be happening if people could be sharing love out there and really caring genuinely for one another and the universe. Even stuff like this that you are surprised to see, like Bigfoot, it could not be something so unfamiliar to us if we lived in good vibes and harmony with them. Maybe they could have taught us the way of the jungle or the forest. What do you think, man? Much love to you out there. Please share love and peace, respect and forgiveness. Yo, hey, this guy, what does he want to do now? To maybe trap Bigfoot or take a picture of him? Instead of now this chaos, if people used to have all those things that are here in the wilderness and in the jungles, like they love one another and care for them equally. 7 days later, the camera retrieved notice site has been slightly altered. Let's keep watching. But as I was saying, please share love. You see, Bigfoot could not be a mystery to us if we were in good vibes with the jungle. And Bigfoot could be showing us the way of the jungle. Maybe making for us even tree houses or something like that. Or even giving us hubs. Yo, who destroyed this camera that was set here? Do you think it's Bigfoot? Yeah. I don't know. Let's see what this guy found out. This is something now. Eric Minoan. I don't seem to understand, man, these things. What happens? Why did the love go for that was there in the beginning? I hear people in the past used to live like one before too much chaos. And now things have happened. People hate one another because of color. Others despise others because of richness and wealth and that. You see, that's not right. That's not the way. We are all humans. Let's love and care for one another. Oh my God. Let's see what the trail camera content. What? This is what the camera recorded. Oh my God. Let's see. It was just there chilling, fine, stuck on a tree. Then out of nowhere, someone or something drew like a log to that camera. Is that? That's it. Oh man, that's Bigfoot. He's right there, and it's like he's coming for the camera. Oh my God. Oh, what's up, Bigfoot? Hi. Oh man. Why do you say, you guys that have been saying we have been seeing this Bigfoot? Do you know where he comes from? If you have seen Bigfoot in your country, please comment there. We'd like to know if he's good vibes or you just record him and no one has ever even had tried to have an encounter with him. You see? Just a call from a distance and this is not nice. What? Maybe Bigfoot lives alone in the forest, in the rain and oh my God. I really feel sorry for Bigfoot. You see, he has no house and probably he fears humans because of what they have done to the environment, cutting trees, destroying stuff. And now he fears if he has an encounter with them, they might hurt him. What do you think? Why don't we just try to be good and do good gestures out there to the universe? Like, no, you don't have to help someone with just money or material stuff. You can love someone, be someone they can share with. You see? Much love to you. You are respected.
Raising things caught on camera, and please, for the love, do not ever try this. Basically, a jet skier was out here in the ocean trying to have a great time, but he started to get too close to this cargo ship. You can see it's a massive cargo ship. His jet ski starts to just pull itself into the side of the ship, and you're gonna see him frantically try to maneuver out of this situation. Now, I thought this was the worst of it, but his jet ski dies. It actually turns off. You can see him right now. He's trying to turn his jet ski back on, but his jet ski now is getting pulled under the side of the ship from the suction of the ship, and he flips off the jet ski, and now he's swimming for his life, trying to get back on the jet ski so he can get out of here, and he finally was able to get up back on the jet ski, get the thing turned on, and you're gonna see him kind of take off out of here. This is absolutely crazy.
That is scary, man. Yo, yes, we fear the sea and large water bodies. A massive spherical rock formation with mysterious origins. Oh, where did these things come from, man? A massive, mysterious spherical rock. Oh, this looks like something that just dropped from somewhere, maybe from space if space exists, or from where, who knows where. Maybe from another timeline dimension. What type of story is this? Huh. Something serious does on my mind and I really wonder. Oh, look at this stone. Huh. Who carved it, shaped it like this? Some giants or what? What was this, man? Do you think this might have been some football for some giants out there that used to live here or something like that? What might this be? Or some small people's moon? I don't know. What might this? You see this and this just does on my mind. And humans are very intelligent if they've tried and figure out where this may have come from. That's just amazing.
Oh my God, look at this. A plane in New York tilted backwards as terrified passengers tried to get off. The airline said the aircraft abruptly tipped backwards due to a shift in weight and balance. No passengers were injured.
This side is scary.
Not even my kids have seen me like this. So feel special that I'm letting y'all in on my little secret. So you spread on your face like that. And then you wait about 10 seconds. Normally it does. And just watch as my skin starts to get tightened. It knocks about 10, 20 years off of you. See? Don't take long at all. She's back.
No, wait. Is that witchcraft? No, what is that? Is that it? Oh, English people, what? All these things, where do you come? Where do you get these things? They scare me now. I'm surprised. Now look at this airplane here. It just dropped. So, what? Oh my God, this now.
Pay attention because this CIA agent explains how to disappear off the grid.
You can disappear tomorrow, right? I can walk you through 3 steps right now that can help you disappear tomorrow. But none of them are convenient. They're all extremely secure, right? The first thing you do is every piece of digital technology you have that is connected to you in any way is now dead. You just let the battery run out. Forever. Forever. You never touch it again, starting at this moment. What you have to do is go out and acquire a new one. Realistically, you will not be able to acquire a new one in the United States by buying it. Because to do so, you would tie it to your credit card, you would tie it to a location, a time, a place, a registered name, whatever else. So you would have to acquire it essentially by theft or through the black market. So you would want something because you're going to need the advantage of technology without it being in your name. So you go out and you steal a phone, or you steal a laptop, you do whatever you have to do to make sure that you can get on with the password and whatever else that might be, as dirty or as clean as you want that to be. We're all morally flexible here. But now you have a technological device that you can work with. And then from there on, you're just doing whatever you have to do, whether you're stealing every step of the way or whether you run a massive con. Keep in mind that we often talk about con men and cons. Do you know what the word that con is a root word for? Confidence. That's what a con man is. A con man is a confidence man. Mm-hmm. Just somebody who is so brazenly confident that the people around them, living in their own perception, not perspective, in their perception, they're like, well, this guy really knows what he's talking about, so I'm going to do what he says. So you can run a massive con, and that can take care of your finances, that can take care of your lodging, whatever else it is. You are whoever you present yourself to be. So if you want to be Bill for the afternoon, just go tell people your name is Bill. They're not going to question you.
So the intelligence, the natural web of intelligence gathering systems we have in the United States and in the world, are they going to believe for long that you're Bill? Are they...
Until you do something that makes them think otherwise. If you are consistent, we talked about consistency being the superpower. If you are consistent, they will think you're built for it.
Yo, that's a lot of information and very interesting. Thanks for watching up to this far. There's a lot of videos that have passed, a lot of information, some true, false. Go do your research. Keep it tuned for another episode that will be coming out. We are out. Much love. Go vibes only. Good vibes. Yo.